LeetCode problem number 10, regular expression matching. So this problem gives us an input string S and a pattern string P. The goal is to implement regular expression matching with support for a dot and a star. So for a dot, we can match any single character, and for a star, we can match 0 or more of the preceding elements. Here are some rules. Matching should cover the entire input string, and the goal is to return true or false whether or not the pattern can match the string. So here I have some examples. So the approach I'm going to use to solve this problem is the dynamic programming approach, where we have dp to be a vector. So p size is 3, 3 plus 1, 4, 4 falses. Once that is done, we have a while loop here. I equals to 0, iterating through as long as it's lesser than 3, lesser or equal to 3. Previous is currently false. tp0 is true, right? Because I is now 0. Next, we have another for loop. J equals to 1, iterating as long as it's lesser than 3. Temp is dpj, which is false, right, for this. Okay, so now dpj. So now we check. This is j, this is I. So now we check whether or not this character is a star. Since it's not a star, it's a dot. So what we do is we go through this if statement instead, this else statement. So dpj equals to, we check whether or not I is equals to 0. Since I is equals to 0 and is an AND operator, so we can just convert this as false. dpj is false. Previous equals temp, they are both false, nothing to change there. J will increment to 2. Now since this is, we do temp first, so temp equals to dpj, 0, 1, 2, still false. So now we check. Since this is a star, we go to this part. dpj equals to j minus 2. 0, 1, 2 minus 2 is this. This is true. Since this is a OR statement, we can just summarize this as true. So dpj is true. J is 2, 0, 1, 2. This is true. Previous equals temp, nothing changes. J will increment one more time. Now at the last character, this is not a star, so we go here. But since I is equals to 0, this is false, right? Previous equal temp does nothing because both are false here. Once that is done, I will increment. Previous is now true, but the first element of our dynamic programming vector is now false because I is no longer 0. J will start back at 1. Temp is false, right? Remember that we have just updated it. Oh, sorry, it's not 0 but 1. So either way, it's still false. So we're looking at this dot. It's not a star, so we go here. So I is not 0 anymore. That's great. So we check previous. Since previous is true, we can move on. So this basically will check whether or not this character and this character are the same, right? Either this is A, which will give us true, or this is a dot, which in this case it is a dot. So over here this condition is true, and we'll give this as true, right? So true, 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 dpj 1, this is true. Previous equals temp, temp is false, so we switch this back to false. J increments, temp equals to dpj, j is 2, right? 0, 1, 2, so temp is true. J will increment, so we check again, since this is now a star, so j minus 2, this is false. So we go to over here. I is not 0, right? I is 1. dpj 2012, this is true as well. So now again we check whether or not si minus 1, this character is equal to the previous character, right? Because this is a star, and we need to know, and a star basically allows us to match 0 or more of the preceding element, right? So the character in front of it. Since it's not the same, but the previous character is a dot, right? So there's a green flag, green light here, meaning that this can be interpreted as a character A. So this dpj is true. Now j is 2, 0, 1, 2 is already true, right? So nothing to change there. Previous equals temp. This previous is now true. J will increment to 3. Last character. Okay, so temp equals to the j 0, 1, 2, 3. This is false. So since it is not a star character, we go to this else statement. So I is not 0, yes. Previous is true. So we check if they are the same character. Since in this case it's not, right? In this case it's not, so BA is not the same character, and this is not a dot as well, so this will give us false. So dpj is false. 0, 1, 2, 3, this will remain false. Okay, after that, previous equals temp, false. And now I will increment to 2. So now we're looking at this character, A. Previous is false, dp0 is still false, j start back at 1, temp is true, so this is a dot, so we go here, previous is false, so dpj 0, 1, this is false, right? For this statement, at least when I is here, this is false. Previous equals to temp, j increments, boolean temp, so 0, 1, 2, temp is true, right? True here. This is a star, so we go over here, j minus 2, nothing, so we go here, I is not equal to 0, yes, dpj is true, yes, so we check if they are the same character. They are not, right? Since as I minus 1, 1, 0, 1, this a is not equals to j minus 2, 0, but j minus 2 is equals to a dot, so this will give us true. Everything here is true, at least over here is true, so dpj will remain true. Previous equals temp, they're the same, so j just increments to 3. Now we keep going. Temp is false, this is not a star, so we go here. Previous is true, so we check whether or not they're the same character. They are not, this is not a dot also, so this is false. dpj 3 will remain false. This is done. Previous equals temp. Now I will increment 1 last time. Previous is still false, dp0 is still false. We go to this for loop, j starts at 1 again. Temp is false, This is a dot, so we check here. Previous is false, so this will remain false. Previous equals temp, they're the same. So j will just increment to 2. Since it is a, so we do temp first. Temp is dpj 0, 1, 2. This is true. So the star, it is a star, yes. So we check here. J minus 2, false. I not equals to 0, yes. dpj is true. And we check, right? Basically, this will become true because the previous character is a dot. So this will remain true. Previous equals temp. J will increment to 3. So now, I should be here. Yeah. So now, we check temp again. Temp equals to dpj. Temp is false. This j is over here. This is not a star. So we go here. I is not 0, yes. Previous is true, yes. This statement, this is true, right? Because this character and this character are the same. So this will give us true. dpj is true. Once it is done, j has reached the end of the while loop. So does I. When we run exit this for loop and return, we will get dp. P size is 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. This is true. So basically what we have concluded is this string AAB can be made from dot star B. Right. Okay. So this problem is a bit tricky, but that's how I solved it. That's all I have to show. Thanks.